Good morning guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we are doing a homeschooling routine, and as you can see we started off our day with breakfast. Madison is loving cereal at the moment, and we had these little boxes of Kellogg cereal that they love. It's a little treat every now and then, and of course the boys are never too big for that little treat. Ethan was a little bit excited. 18 or not, he still loves them. After that, we usually do handwriting and a little bit of reading, but Lily today finished her book that she got from the library, and she wanted to go ahead and do a book review on that, and she really loved it. She's really loving going to the library and getting her books. She's really taken to wearing this old school uniform, which I'm not angry at. If that's what she feels like she needs to do, then go for it. Bella usually at this point does her morning chore of doing the dishes after breakfast. While she's doing that, I take the littles and I brush their teeth, get their face washed. They like to have a go brushing their teeth themselves. Obviously I do intervene and help them out with that, but I'm trying to teach them to be independent, which is really good, and they're loving it. Look at her little smile, she is so cute. And Darcy is definitely getting to the point where she wants to be more independent and doing things herself, but like I said, I do oversee teeth brushing just to make sure that it's all done correctly. We were really fortunate this week because Dad was at home for the week. His colleagues had gone for a holiday, so he decided to take the week with all of us. And this morning he decided that he would help me out getting all the children dressed, and as you can see, Madison was not for that. She did not want to get dressed, but the kids absolutely love having Dad home. Everything's a little bit more fun. You can definitely see how red in the face Kevin was at this point. He was really trying to chase them all around to get them dressed, but all they wanted to do was have fun and have cuddles. But while he's doing that, I will set up the schoolroom, make sure that everything is put right, all the worksheets are in the right places, get the date up on the board. At this point, I was listening to Kiss Radio, which was nice because I got all the morning news and I got to listen to a little bit of music. We start off with our English language. Today we were doing just basic punctuation and spelling. I've recently done some end of year tests with them to see where their strong points are and where their weak points are, and that's what I was focusing on today. And of course we did some independent reading as well, because I need to hear them read to make sure that they're on point of where I would like them to be. Whilst I was doing that, because Dad was at home, he got to do some letter recognition with the littles, and he made it really fun today because they were making some silly noises with the letters that they were learning. And we do have a letter of the week as well for them. Of course, Chloe was in with me and we did her workbook. And as you can see, Harper, being Harper, she's only 4 years old, so she kind of bounces from one thing to the next quite quickly, which is standard. It is, her age. The girls got on with their English really, really well, whilst I kind of occupied Harper with a little bit of colouring, so I had to kind of multitask, which is usual. It's just something you kind of have to get used to when you homeschool multiple children. Again, multitasking. This is where I had to sit with Chloe in the midst of everything, and we were doing her reading eggs. Reading eggs was really, really good to get that letter recognition and to get them reading. Of course, once they've caught up on their English language and they've done their reading and all the little bits with the littles and the reading eggs, we have to have snack time. And today they were having fruit with these little brioche buns, and they loved it. And they just kind of sit and have a general chat. The day they were singing to Madison, I thought that was quite cute. She was dancing away. She really loves sitting with them. Having her sit there is just beautiful because she just get caught up in all the homeschooling, and she needs time to be occupied herself and she needs interaction. But whilst they are having their snack, I will quickly clean up and get any chores that I need to do done. And today I was really excited because I'd got myself this new spin mop and I really wanted to use it. The floors seriously needed to clean, and as you can see, it's nice and tidy right now, but it doesn't last that long. We do still have the cot in our living room because we are decorating our bedrooms. So it's kind of a mix up of where everything is at the minute. But after we've done that, we move straight on to maths. And with the older girls, we're concentrating on money at the moment because they're getting a bit muddled up. And of course, Chloe will move on to her math seeds. Whilst we are getting to the end of that lesson, the little ones helped Dad to make lunch, and they were so pleased that they got to do that. And they even came in to collect the girls, tell them where they had to sit, which plate was theirs, and they were so pleased with themselves. It was such an accomplishment that they got to make the girls lunch, and of course themselves. So you can see that they were putting them in their places. I think Darcy really loved the authority of that. But they sit quite quietly, and they were really pleased that Darcy was over the moon that she got to have this Hungry Hippo strawberry milk. And then once Harper realised what it was, you can see that she just looks at me and she says, "Mummy, it's strawberry." She was so excited about it. Oh, of course, Chloe is our little joker. She likes to make everybody laugh. Well, yep, they'll just kind of sit down and have lunch. Again, have another general chat. After this, they usually go and have a run around the garden, or they'll do some colouring, or it's just something to have that break and give themselves, their minds a little bit of a rest in between their learning classes. Whilst they're having their lunch, I sit down and I have my lunch. Today I was having a ham salad mustard sandwich, and I just check up on their online learning to make sure they're on point. Again, I was just checking up on Chloe's reading eggs. After lunch, we went in with art. It's kind of a cross between art and well-being. Today we wanted to talk about themselves. What do they know about themselves? What did they feel about themselves? And these All About Me sneaker worksheets were brilliant. They talked about what they liked, what books they liked, what year they were born, things like that. And it really sparked a conversation, and they really enjoyed designing them. Today was Chloe's turn in helping cook dinner, and she chose that we made meatball subs. So she's hand making the meatballs with me. Obviously I oversee everything that she does to make sure that she's got that supervision, but she was so excited to try this, and we just made some simple meatballs, and she was so pleased with it. She was so excited. Of course, you can see me helping there. Any sharp knives, things like that. Mum does that bit for her at the moment because she doesn't feel confident enough to use one of the big knives, which is absolutely fine. It's all, it's all a learning curve, and it's all when she's ready. I go on her. I allow her to tell me when she is ready to do things, and we just go from there. So Bella is my oldest girl. She's 13 now, and she's so helpful with the younger ones. She oversees everything with me, and at this point Chloe asked if she would come and stand with her and help her while she did a few bits, and Mummy did a few bits. And this was one of the points in her cooking day that she was so pleased with. She couldn't believe that she got to use the oven with Mummy, and she was so good about it. Of course, whilst I'm in the kitchen with Chloe and Bella, Dad is overseeing everything else, and without a doubt, Cocomelon is on the TV. Madison is absolutely obsessed with Cocomelon. I mean, what child isn't these days? But she absolutely loves them. At this point, the meatballs had been cooked, and we were just making them into our meatball subs to get into the oven. It is a naughty recipe, and I've noticed I really do need some new oven trays, but they get used so much. But they would have half of one of these each. It's just with some marinara sauce over the meatballs, some melted cheese, and they loved them. This was Dad's, so this was definitely a bigger meal. As you can see, everybody's kind of sat around at the moment because, like I said, we are decorating our bedrooms upstairs, so everything is kind of mismatched, but they were settled. And you can see Madison is joking around with Dad. She's such a joker, and she's so very intelligent as well. She's definitely flourished into her own little character. After dinner, they always have their ice lollies. If they eat well, they get their ice lolly treat, and they sit and wait for that. Today they had these fab lollies. Dylan went in for a little bit of chocolate with Madison. You haven't seen much of Dylan in this video because he's been doing a course through the government, which he was invited to do. So he was doing his maths and English elsewhere, and I feel like he thinks it's better to be out of the way of the younger one, so there's less noise and more place for him to concentrate, which is absolutely fine because he is older now. He's 16 now. After they've had all their food, they do go in and tidy up. They do their evening chores. They sweep the floor, set up the sofas, clean all the tables, make sure that all of their dishes are in the kitchen. Dylan does the evening dishes whilst the girls clean up the living room. And then after they've done that, it's all on to bath times and getting into their pajamas and ready for the evening. One of the things that we haven't showed in this video is that we do have a lot of discussions and we have a lot of debates over different subjects. Anything that they feel like talking about or that's just sparked their interest that day, we have those conversations as we are doing things. So that is one thing I do include in my homeschooling, is lots and lots of conversations and just getting their views and their opinions on how they think, things should be. Once again, we have a clean and tidy living room ready for the next day. At this point, the girls are all bathed and ready and waiting for me to comb out their hair and dry up their hair. As you can see, they're wearing summer dresses. Harper and Darcy are wearing summer dresses for bed. This is one of the arguments I choose not to have. If that's what they want to wear, then that's absolutely fine. That pretty much concludes our homeschooling routine. It does change day to day. I don't have a strict set routine. So that's pretty much it. I hope you did enjoy this video. You can see Darcy wants to show you her clean teeth at this point. Bless her. But I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up and hit the comment section below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a part of our YouTube family. And on that note, I will leave you and say bye for now.